Be nice.
Yes, I'm live already.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
All right, so for those of you at home, I'm going to go over the home play right now via YouTube with my tutoring session. So, okay. You guys all right?
Yep.
Here we go. So page 300.
Is it keeping the chat in the bottom of your list? Oh yeah, it's keeping
Lower those volumes if actually no, put those away. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
You should disable the comments. It can get pretty nasty. Come on. Let me start now.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, there should be boys trying to get home. Mr. Q.
All right, here we go.
We don't have a page.
I know, you have a blank sheet of paper, right?
No.
There's blank sheets of paper over there in the back if you need one. On the shelf, on top shelf, top left, right there. Be nice. All right, so we're on page 300, and we're doing problem number 1. Problem number 1. So, on the broadcast, you're not going to see my pen as we do here on the screen here in the classroom, but you're going to see the writing. As I write, you're going to see how it writes. So I'm just going to block all this stuff underneath for right now, and we're focusing on number 1. Let me zoom in. Yes, right, number 1. Negative 5x plus y equals negative 3, and 5x minus 3y equals negative 1. Okay, let's do this one together. Here we go. So, this method is called what? Elimination method. And it's called elimination method because at this point we can eliminate one of the variables. Which one's going to eliminate, everyone? X. So this is our 0 pair, and we're left with y and negative 3y. So if we combine those, y and negative 3y, what is that? Negative 2y equals, what is negative 3 and negative 1? Negative 4. From there, divide by negative 4, bless you, divide by negative 4, I'm sorry, by negative 2, y equals 2. Are we there so far? From there, can we get whichever equation at that point? Yes, we can substitute that into any of the two. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to use the second one, so I'm going to use this one. So write this one underneath. I'm going to write 5x minus 3y equals negative 1. So instead of y, what am I going to substitute? 2, Mr. Q. Very good. The 2. And I write it right underneath. Remember that I said from this point forward, I want you to write your equation and write the number that you're going to substitute right underneath? Yes. So I bring everything else down. The 5x, the minus 3 equals a negative 1. This becomes 5x, negative 3 times 2, that's negative 6 equals negative 1, plus 6 to each side. 5x equals 5, divide by 5, x equals 1. Therefore, my solution, or possible solution, is 1, 2. Now, it says there to check. But since you're with me, I can tell you that this is correct. However, for the purpose of tomorrow, those of you that are here, I'm going to now solve it using substitution. Everybody with me? Mm-hmm. All right. So we're done with elimination method. Because tomorrow you have to do this 3 different ways, yes? So the first way that we did it right now was elimination. I'm going to switch to blue and I'm going to write substitution. And I'm going to use the same system. The system was negative 5x plus y equals negative 3. And 5x minus 3y equals negative 1. That was the original system, right? Okay. So you guys notice that we already solved it by elimination. Now we're going to do which method? Substitution. Now why is it called substitution? Because now we substitute one equation into the second. Are we there? Mm-hmm. So here we go. Look up, please. We need to solve one of these two for one variable. Which one would be the easiest to solve for one of the variables? The first equation or the second equation? The first one, because the y is already by itself. Do you guys see that? We just need to get rid of the x. So I'm going to bring this over here to the side. Negative 5x plus y equals negative 3. So now, to get rid of the x, I need to add 5x, add 5x. And we get y equals 5x minus 3. Are we there so far? Okay. So now, it's called, once again, substitution, because we're going to substitute this one into the second equation. So I'm going to switch to red so you guys can see the substitution part. What is y right now? Y is what? 5x minus 3. Yes? So on this one, instead of y, what am I going to write right here? Everyone. 5x minus 3. 5x minus 3. That is correct. So I'm going to bring down what? The 5x, this one, 5x. What else? Negative 3. And I'm going to put this in parentheses because that's the coefficient of y, equal to negative 1. Are we there? Okay. Let's distribute. So this is 5x minus 15x plus 9 equals negative 1. Are we there so far? Do we know what to do from there? Yes. Combine like terms, 5x and negative 15x. That gives me what? Negative 10x. Bring down the plus y. Plus 9 equals negative 1. I need to get rid of the 9, so I subtract 9. Subtract 9. Negative 10x equals negative 10. And the last step, divide by negative 10. X equals 1. Did we get the same thing over here? Yeah. Yes. So now we need which value? The y value. So I'm going to get this right here, and I'm going to substitute it into the first one over here. So instead of x, I write 1 right underneath so that I know what I need to bring down. What do I need to bring down? The y, the equal, the 5, put this in parentheses, and the negative 3. Y equals 5 minus 3. Therefore, y equals 2. So my solution is 1, 2. And check this out. If I get the same thing as I did on the first one, then now I don't have to do the check as we did when we first started. Does that make sense? By solving it the second way, that's how we check our work. How are we doing? Okay? This is the last. Which is the last method? Everyone. The graphing. Let's solve this by graphing. Here we go. I'm gonna. No, it doesn't say, but I'm doing this with you because tomorrow you're gonna have to do this by yourself, and I want to make sure that you got enough practice. No. No, that's why I'm going over it with you.
I'm the only one.
What's the last method, everyone? By graphing. Be nice. Wow. Here it goes. Write the system again. Negative 5x plus y equals negative 3, and 5x minus 3y equals negative 1. Okay. So, get a coordinate plane going.
Is that the same one? The same problem?
It's the same one, because it has to be solved how many different ways?
3.
3.
So this tomorrow kind of a test or a quiz?
It's a party. Yeah, a pop party.
Party?
All right, here we go. So look at these. Who notices that both equations are in standard form? You guys notice that?
Mm-hmm.
So the easiest method for me to solve, so I don't do a lot of work, I'm going to use a cover-up method. So I'm going to take the first equation, look up, this one, and I'm going to use the cover-up method. So if I cover up, let me write it right here next to that. I'm going to write negative 5x plus y equals 3. So if I use cover-up method, look up, I cover up the x, what do you see? Y equals?
3.
Oh, negative 3, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did that on purpose so you're paying attention. I am. What is y? Negative 3. So I go 1, 2, 3, and plot your y-intercept for that one. And I'm going to do that in red. There it is. Okay. So now I'm going to cover up the y value, and what do you see? What do you guys see? Negative 5x equals negative 3, so watch. Divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. X equals negative divided by negative is? Positive. So what is 3 divided by 5? It's 3/5, but I'm going to write it in decimal, which is 0.6. So let's see. I have x, let's see. X, 1 of x is right here, 2, 3. Where do you think 0.6 is at? Close to what?
0.
Close to 0 or halfway? About right there. Now that I have those two, the y and the x-intercepts, now I can graph my line. So grab your ruler. Okay. I'm going to do, yeah.
Tomorrow on the test, so you can photograph for us, so we have to draw.
No, I'm going to give you a coordinate plane. Yeah, so that you don't have to spend a lot of time on that. Here it goes. So we're done with the first one. We graphed the first one. Can we do the cover-up method for the second one?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to cover up the x. What do you see? Negative 3y equals negative 1. So I divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Y equals 1/3, or in decimal form is what? 0.3 bar. So where's y? 0.3. Let's see. Y of 1 is about right there. 1, 2, 3. So 1/3 of here is about right there. Something like that. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So we're done with that one. But we need now to solve for the other variable. I cover up the y. And what do you see? 5x equals negative 1. So divide by 5, divide by 5. X equals negative 1/5, and decimal form is 0.2 or 0.20. Bless you. Negative 0.2. Let's see. Negative 1 is right here. Negative 2, negative 3. 0.2 is not even at negative 1, so it's about right there. And now we can graph our line going through those 2 points. About right there, yes? And now we can find our solution. Where do the both lines intersect? Let's see. About right here? Is that correct? What is x? 1. What is y? So my solution is 1, 2. Did I get the same thing for these?
Yes.
Yes, for that one, that was substitution. Did I get the same thing for elimination?
Yes.
Yes, and that's what you're going to do tomorrow.
Part 10, we're gonna do all 3 methods.
All 3 methods.
And we're gonna, do we have to check it after?
No. Do we need to check, guys?
No.
No, because if we get the same answer for all 3 methods, guess what? You already checked it. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Whew, that was number 1.
4 more to go.
Here we go. Let's go to number 2. Number 2. Let me scroll up.
Can you see the chat?
Huh?
Are you able to look at the chat? No.
What?
The chat.
Shaq already.
Yes.
Shaq already retired from the NBA.
Yes.
Are we gonna do the 3 steps for all of them?
Oh, you want all 3 for all one?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you. Everybody say thank you, Jazzy.
Thanks, Jazz.
Yay. All right, copy this one, please. We got 2x plus y equals -6. Negative 5x plus y equals 8. Okay. All right, look at this one. Look up, please. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Yeah. Look at it. We're in the elimination method, yes? Can we eliminate either one or the other variable? Look at it.
Yeah. Why?
Let's see. What is 1y and 1y? 2y, so it doesn't eliminate. How about 2x minus 5x? No, it doesn't eliminate. So at this point, check this out. Which one would be easy to eliminate if it had something different? Everyone? The y. One of them has to be what?
Negative.
So watch. I'm going to multiply the first one, equation, times -1. Bam, Aiden. In the house. Here we go. So you distribute this, and we're going to rewrite it underneath. So what do we get? -2x minus y equals 6. Once you do that, check this out. Do this. Do the wiggles on this one so that you don't use that anymore. And we're going to focus on this one right here. Okay? So now I want you to solve this one by elimination and see what you get. I'll give you a head start. I already showed you the first one. Do that one by yourself. Go. How you doing? You doing well.
I have to get Matthew's homework for the week.
Home play.
No homework.
2. Okay. So then have them go to 290, 291, and 300.
Okay.
And the videos are up on YouTube already.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
Good seeing you. Bye. How's he doing?
It's like,
Yeah? He's got what? Really?
yeah, so he's only choosing right now.
Okay. Okay. We'll tell him I hope he gets better. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. So, from there, what do we do? Eliminate the y. We're left with -7x equals 14 divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7, x equals negative 2. Which equation do you want to use, the top one or the bottom one? Top, okay, so then we write negative 5x plus what?
Stay in school. Stay in school.
He's like, you said so, you're right. And then he's like, stay in school.
Anyways, all right. So instead of x, I want you to write right underneath the x the negative 2 and bring down the negative 5, which means you need to put this in parentheses, plus y equals 8. This becomes 10 plus y equals 8 minus 10 minus 10. Y equals negative 2. Solution, negative 2, negative 2. Hands if you got that. Yeah? So, yeah.
Do we have to put the -2 like
Yes, and the thing is that some of you, when we get to these, for example, Jazzy, if this didn't have the 5, but it had a negative only, and if you didn't do this, some people were only just going to write negative 2 and go from there, and it's wrong, without bringing the other negative down. So, yeah, try to substitute like that at least. All right, let's go to number 3. Everybody got this? Okay, let's go to number 3. Yeah.
We're not gonna do the other method.
Are we supposed to do graphs?
No.
No.
You guys want to do the?
No.
No, let's just go to elimination, do another one, and then we'll do a 3-way and a different one. Here we go. Number 3. Copy this, please. Shh.
Instead of, since before we did a normal one, just a normal policy to do it, to do one elimination and then there's some graphing.
Say that again.
Since number 2 we did like that, number 3 we should do elimination and the plus one graphing.
No. Okay, look at it. Can we eliminate either variable? No, we can't. However, is there one that's pretty close to being eliminated? Which one?
-3. I mean,
Negative
-3.
Negative 3y. The other one has to be positive. So which one do you want to multiply times negative 1?
Top one.
Top? Okay, so multiply this times negative 1. So we get negative 6x plus 3y equals negative 15. Do we know what to do from there? Yes. From there, put the wiggles on this one so that you know not to use that one. We're only going to focus on these two. And I'll give you a head start so you can finish that, please. Go. Nice. Bless you.
You're welcome. You've been beat.
Okay. Esteban. What do I do? I got a question, go.
So on the top party,
Mm-hmm.
would you want us to do all three ones, or only on selected ones we do all three, or all
I'm only going to give you one problem, and you need to solve it 3 ways.
Only one problem? Only one more.
Oh, you want more?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Only for that period.
Okay, here we go. Esteban, step 1. What do I do?
you cross out the 3y,
Cross out the 3y and the negative 3y. And what do I write?
negative 2x is equal to negative 20.
Divide by negative 2. X equals 10. Hands if you got that. Okay, good. Next, we're going to solve for y. What do I do from there, Jazzy?
It's negative 10.
What is negative divided by negative? Positive. The bottom one. So the one in red, so I'm going to do negative 6x plus 3y equals negative 15. Substitute the x for 10. Bless you. Bring down the rest. So this becomes negative 60 plus 3y equals negative 15. So we know what to do from there?
Yes.
Yes. Plus 60 plus 60. Huh?
No.
No. That's for graphing. Here we go. This is 3y equals 45. Divide by 3. Y equals 15. Solution 10, 15. Hands if you got that. Good. So far so good? Okay.
Look at the 10-15 and then the one underneath.
What?
It's sad.
It looks like a face.
Let's go to number 4. Number 4? Be nice.
My gosh, Jared.
Be nice. Here we go. Number 4.
Are we doing all the stuff this time on this one?
What's that?
Are we doing everything on this one? Everything, like solution, not solution, graphing, and doing it 3 different ways.
How about we do this one?
Just
All 3 ways.
You guys want to try graphing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's graph this. Okay, then let me zoom out a little bit more.
Are you ready?
All right, here we go. So let's solve by graphing and label this so that you know which one what method we're using by graphing. All right. So on the side, we're going to create a little coordinate plane over here. All right. So to graph this, you guys want to use the cover-up method?
Cover up.
Okay. So I'm going to take this first one. I'm going to write it over here, and I'm going to do that in blue. Negative 5x minus y equals negative 3. So, which do I cover up first? The x. So I'm going to cover up the x. What do you see? Negative y equals negative 3. Do you guys see that? Let's solve for y. Divide by negative 1. Y equals 3. Let's plot that. Let's see. Let me create some 1, 2, 3. And that one goes right there. Alright. Next, I'm going to cover up now the y. And what do you see? We got negative 5x equals negative 3. Divide by negative 5. X equals 3/5. In decimal form is 0.6. So here we go. We got, you okay?
No.
We got 1, 2, 3. 0.6 is about right, almost halfway, about right there. Graph your line through that. Make sure you stretch it with your ruler as much as you can.
How do you stretch it?
Yeah,
You already have comments on your video.
thank you.
It's 23, bam. Okay, thanks. Those are the comments.
Okay. All right, so that was look up please. We started with this one, right? So we graphed this one. Now let's graph the second one. Focus. Shh. Here it goes. I'm going to switch to green. So this one, again, cover up. I'm going to cover up the x. What do you see? Negative y equals negative 2. Divide by negative 1. Y equals 2. So let's plot that. Where's y equals 2? Right there. All right. Now I cover up the y. And what do you see? Negative 5x equals negative 2. Divide by negative 5. X equals 2/5, which is 0.4. Where's 0.4? 0.4 is about right there. So let's graph that. What?
He said that's Wednesday.
Staying school.
That's Tuesday.
Okay. So it looks like our lines are intercepting somewhere here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So what is that? That is about 4 of y.
Negative 1x.
It is negative 1?
Yes. No, negative 0.6.
I can estimate it's maybe halfway of negative 1 or 0.6. So it's, I would say, right now, I would say negative 0.5 and 4 of y. Yeah.
So we have something like this in the part 10.
I don't know. So let me ask you this. How can we check to see if we got the right solution? I'm sorry? Plug it in or use another method.
Oh.
Substitution.
So watch. Look up. I'm going to use elimination method. Look up. Here it goes. Can I change this to positive? By multiplying times negative 1, right?
Yes.
So that I just do this. Look up. See what I did? Here it goes. Shh.
What? Press off?
This cancel. We're left with. What's going on?
It's freezing. Let me look into that.
Whoa, this
Nah.
problem is smarter than
Let's see.
No.
I probably didn't scale it correctly. Nope. Let me do this. Let's do this. Let's substitute this into one of the equations. Let's see what we get. Negative 5x minus y equals negative 3. We got x and y. Let's see if it works. Negative 5 times negative 0.5 minus times 4 equals negative 3. This is negative 2.5 minus 4 equals negative 3. This is negative 6.5 equals negative 3. Is that a solution? No, it's false. So my graphing's probably a little bit off, so it might not be.
A little bit.
Does that say? Let's just go with the.
Okay, let me do something. Let me do something.
Thank you.
Hold on. I think our graph, since it's not scaled correctly, that's why we're not seeing it. Let me do this. Look up. Here you go. I'm going to change this to y form. What do? Negative 5x minus y equals negative 3. I add 5x, add 5x. Are you guys all right? You guys want to leave? Because if you don't have to be here, you can leave. We're left with negative y equals 5x minus 3. Divide by negative 1, so it's y equals negative 5x plus 3. All right? Now I'm going to change this one. Plus 5x plus 5x. I'm left with negative y equals 5x minus 2. Divide by negative 1. Y equals negative 5x plus 2. What do you guys notice on these two?
They're almost the same.
What's the same from here and here?
Y equals negative 5.
Luis, what's the same?
What's the same?
Look at this one.
Negative 5x.
The negative 5. What is that called when it's in this form? Tell your neighbor. What is that?
Slope intercept slope.
It's slope intercept form, but what is that negative 5 called?
Oh, it's called the slope.
Everyone?
Slope.
The slope. So if two lines have the same slope, but different y-intercept, what is that called? Or what are they called?
Non-solution.
There's no solution because they are what? They are what are those lines that have the same slope but different y-intercept?
Parallel.
They are parallel lines. That's why we couldn't figure out the solution. No, I'm not going to give you one of these. Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz.
You're welcome. Oh, you guys want one of these?
No.
So for this one, you're going to write, for number 4, you're going to write no solution. Why wasn't it no solution? Because they are parallel. All right. Okay, that was number 4. Let's go to number 5. Yeah.
What the hell? Are you solving a Rubik's Cube?
No.
No, there's only one problem on the y-axis. It's way easier.
No.
Like the other ones?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, the last one. Here it goes. It says, a picture frame has a perimeter of 62 inches. A picture frame has a perimeter of 62 inches. The difference between the length and twice the width is 1 inch. What are the length and the width of the frame? Give me a second.
Mr. Q.
All right, here we go. So, hey, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. Good. Hi, thank you. Good to see
Is
you.
that you, Mr. Q?
Well, how much fear? Probably that.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's stream, man.
All right, look up, please. Here it goes. Let's cube this. Cubed. Let's circle important numbers. Important numbers that they give us are 62 inches and 1 inch. Okay, that's important. Underline the question. What are they asking? What are the length and width of the frame? Okay. B, box your important stuff. Let's see. They're talking about a picture frame. What's important here? The perimeter. They're talking about the difference. And the difference between what? The length and twice the width. Okay, that's important. Exclude anything else. We already did. And let's draw a picture, and then we'll do a table. So here we go. So, picture. What does that look like?
A picture.
There it is, right? This will be our width, and this will be our length. That's a picture frame. There it is. All right. Now that we're picturing this, let's see. These are the variables that we're going to use for your equations. Are we there? So let's see. How many dimensions are we talking about?
4.
Okay, how many different lengths are we talking about? Or different 2. So we draw 2 lines down. 1, 2, and 1 across. We're going to write here width, length. Here we're going to write perimeter. We usually write here what? Total, right?
Yes.
I'm going to write it on top so that you guys can get used to it. All right? So let's see. It says a picture frame has a perimeter of 62 inches. So the total is 62. All right? So the perimeter is basically all the sides. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So that means this, 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 and this. So what would I write here? How many of these?
4.
Oh my goodness.
1.
Look up. How many widths?
2.
2. So we write 2W.
Oh.
How many lengths?
2.
2. So it's 2L. All right. So first part, we're done, right? Up to right there. Okay. So we're done with that. All right. Let's look at the last part. The difference, what does that mean? What operation does that mean?
Subtract.
So let's label that here, and I'm going to put that right here. The difference between what? The length and twice the width. So watch. The length is here. I'm going to write it here. And twice the width. Twice the width is what?
1 inch.
1 inch. But can I put it here where it's the perimeter?
No.
No, I'm just going to put here total, which is 1. And these, look up, the difference between the length, which one did they mention first?
The length.
Right.
So I'm just going to switch these, minus 2W equals 1. And what is my other equation? Can you see the equation here?
Width.
2W plus 2L equals 62.
Yeah.
I
And do this thing on.
So let me ask you, can we eliminate anything?
Yeah, no.
We need to align them first, right?
Yes.
Or you just want to eliminate like that? Okay. Jazzy says yes, that she sees it. All right. So we eliminate what?
2W.
The W and the 2W. All right. So what do we have left?
3L
3L.
equals 63.
3L equals 63. Divide by 3.
It's 23.
L equals 21. So we're done with L. Now what do we need to solve for? Which equation do you want to use?
Bottom.
The bottom? So I'm going to use 2W plus 2L equals 62. But instead of L, I'm going to substitute 21. So 2W plus 2 times 21 equals 62. 2W equals 42. I'm sorry, plus 42 equals 62. What do I do from there? Subtract 42. 2w equals 20. Divide by 2. W equals 10. So let's answer the question. What was the question? What are the length and width of the frame? So let's write it in a sentence. The length is 21 what? Inches. And the width is 10 inches. 10 cube. Yeah.
Mr. Q is not people what?
I'll put it in the directions. The question was that for the party tomorrow, do I need to put it in a? I'm sorry. Do we need to write the answer in a sentence? And I said I'll write it in the instructions. Okay. How we doing? Good. All right. Let's go to the last one and check this out. Look at the last one. When you solve a system of linear equations by adding or subtracting, what needs to be true about the variable terms in the equation? Think about that one. And we're done. Here he goes. When you solve a system of linear equation by adding or subtracting, what needs to be true about the variable terms in the equation? Luis.
They both have to be X and Y values.
They both have to be the same type of variables, okay? And then? At least one variable has to be what, Jazzy? Opposite from the other. So, they have to be the same type of variables and at least one has to be opposite. And in parentheses, what did we call opposite numbers from the beginning of the year?
0 pairs.
0 pairs. 10 cube. Bam! Yeah, we're done. We good? Okay. All right, I'm going to cut this short. So for those of you that joined us, thank you.
Bye.
But I'm going to stop. Yeah, everybody say bye, people.
Love
Hey,
you.
Marcel.
Bye.
Bye.
Marcel,
Bye.